To create your life's work, you will need to learn to solve your own problems, which you might call your challenges or opportunities for growth. While it's fine to seek outside guidance, make the final decisions from your heart, and follow your intuition, you will be amazed at the way your life will change if the first thing you focus on and accomplish every day is something that will help make your dreams come true. Spend a moment congratulating yourself on how far you have come and how much you have already accomplished. Give yourself reasons why it may be perfect to be where you are today. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. Today, I want you to come away from this episode with one important idea, and that is, you have what it takes. No matter what your situation, where you live, what you're going through, you have what it takes. No matter what goal you've set for yourself, you have what it takes. No matter what doubts you have in your mind, no matter what obstacles you face, you have what it takes. You can draw your life's work to you more quickly by developing the inner strengths and resources you will need to successfully carry it out. You do not need to take large risks or big steps that are inappropriate for you. I'm not saying that. By starting with small steps and developing your inner resources, each move you make will be an easy next step. And as you take these small steps, you will discover that your dreams are within your reach and easier to accomplish than you imagine. Doing your life's work will require the skills of listening to and following your own wisdom. It will require making yourself, rather than anyone else, the authority on what is good for you. Creating your life's work is a process of discovering yourself. You do so by going within, rather than looking for answers outside yourself. Many of you think that others have the answers, particularly in areas that you are unfamiliar with. There is a time when it is appropriate to listen to outside authorities, such as when you're new to something and need to acquire knowledge about it. But after you've gathered other people's wisdom and knowledge, it is best to rely on your own wisdom in making decisions. You may think that others know better than you what direction your career needs to take, what investments to make, or what would work for you. But you are the best authority on how to live your life. You have what it takes. So I want you to say this with me. All answers are within me. I follow my inner wisdom. So the first time you hear an affirmation like that, you think about it, but then you move on. So let's say it again and really think about it. All answers are within me. I follow my inner wisdom. All answers are within me. I follow my inner wisdom. To create your life's work, you will need to learn to solve your own problems, which you might call your challenges or opportunities for growth. While it's fine to seek outside guidance, make the final decisions from your heart, and follow your intuition. And as you do your life's work, you will be creating your own path from day to day. No one is going to structure it or lay it out like a blueprint for you. You will have a sense of control over your life and know that you are in charge of your destiny. As you commit to your life's work, you commit to being the builder of your own life. You can design your future by being alert and aware of opportunities, knowing when to take action and when not to. You can start to do this in small ways right now. You have what it takes. No matter what you're doing, take time to think about your life and look for creative ways to solve some of your problems. You have what it takes. Discover your own answers. As you develop the skill of creative thinking, you'll be able to find more effective ways to do your work and be more successful. You can begin to develop the skill of creative thinking by working with some of your simple problems, such as how to cut down on your cooking time, if it is taking time you'd rather spend on other activities. You could decide to cook larger quantities and freeze what you don't need immediately for future meals. As you think about how to increase the harmony and flow in your life in small ways, you are developing the skill of creative problem solving. When you encounter challenges on your path, you will already have the skills you need to handle them creatively and to find solutions. Become resourceful rather than enduring bad situations. Look for ways to make them better. Say this with me. I'm a valuable person. My path is important. Think about it again. I am a valuable person. My path is important. I'm a valuable person. My path is important. Some of you have difficulty accomplishing your life's work because you're too busy supporting others in their careers or life's work. You may be setting aside your own work until the person you're helping succeeds. Helping others get their work out to the world and being a part of a team can be very important. You will know if this role is your life's work because serving in this way will be joyful and feel good deep within you. If you are helping others out of obligation, not out of joy, check again to see if this is truly what you want to do. Some of you are supporting others because you feel your path, ideas, or creativity are not important enough to develop. Your life's work is as valuable as anyone else's, even if it doesn't seem as significant. Even though other people appear to have more glamorous jobs, make more money, or reach larger audiences, it does not make their path any more important or any less important than yours. What you are here to do is as important a contribution as anyone else's. Be it to raise your children in the best way you can, make a contribution through the job you have, or help and heal others, because you have what it takes. Take a moment right now to ask that part of you that is so good at helping others if it will be willing to commit its energies to helping you discover and carry out your own life's work, goals, and dreams. Take a moment to ask that part of you that is good at helping others if it would be willing to commit its energies to helping you manifest whatever you want to manifest. It is usually delighted to be asked to help you. Say this with me. I value my time and energy. I value my time and energy. Some of you need to develop the skill of honoring your time and energy. You need to be a natural counselor, teacher, and healer and end up spending more time than you want helping your friends or family solve their problems. They may keep you busy for hours on the phone or in person as they seek out your love and reassurance. You may be tempted to jump in and show them what to do, or even do it for them. It is fine to spend your time taking care of others. If it is truly joyful, for doing this may be your life's work. However, many of you put your time into helping others out of obligation, not joy. You may feel you're being selfish putting time and energy into your own life. Your path is important, and it can unfold only if you put time and energy into it. Think of friends you're pouring a lot of energy into. Are they truly growing and using your help, or are they staying the same? Do you feel drained after helping them, or recharged? If you feel drained, if they haven't made any real changes in their lives, they aren't using your help to grow. If you're spending all of your time advising and counseling your friends, it may be that your life's work is to counsel people. You may want to explore ways you could help people as part of your profession. When you do, you will be connecting with people who come to you because they are ready to grow. You'll be recharged by helping them, and your assistance will make a real difference in their lives. So say this with me. My path and life's work are my highest priorities. You can say it again. My path and life's work are my highest priorities. The reason I say that is that you have what it takes. A lot of you end up doing so many small tasks that you don't have time to create your life's work, to move towards your dreams. You confuse busyness with accomplishing your higher purpose. You may have stacks of clothes to be done and be rushing around, busy every moment. If you're going to get your life's work, you need to take time to start it. Some of you say, I'll do the important things after I finish all these errands, housework, paperwork, and so on. By the end of the day, you may be too tired or have no time left. How many of you out there feel this way? That you really want to move towards your greatest goals, to see your dreams come true? That you want to start taking action toward the things you want, but you have no time? Do those activities that take you closer to your life's work the first thing each day, or as soon as you possibly can. Wake up, ask yourself, is there one action I could take today that would bring my life's work closer? Or what is the most important action I could take today? Make that your priority. Do it before you do other things. It may be something as simple as energizing the symbol of your life's work, making a phone call, getting a book about a topic you're interested in, or setting up a space in your house to do a certain activity. You will be amazed at the way your life will change if the first thing you focus on and accomplish every day is something that will help make your dreams come true. One very important principle in creating your life's work is right timing. You may have heard the expression, an idea whose time has come. Begin now to affirm that you will be in the right place at the right time. Say it with me. I will be at the right place at the right time. It's really fun to think about the implications of this magical mantra. I will be in the right place at the right time. It's so exciting to say that and then see it come into action. When I say I will be in the right place at the right time, those magical coincidences start to happen. Keep that thought in mind and trust that your feelings of joy or resistance are helping you create this as a truth. For instance, one woman was struggling to write a book. She would force herself to write for an hour or two each day. The ideas just wouldn't come. Finally, she quit trying. 2 years went by, during which she made sporadic attempts to write, but was never able to stay with it steadily. She kept blaming herself, telling herself she was a failure and that she just didn't have the discipline necessary to write. Her work brought her into contact with many sick people, and she began working with them, teaching them the spiritual principles she knew. Many started to get better or find the inner peace they had been seeking. More and more people started coming to her, and she decided to give classes. She recorded her talks, and since there was so much demand for her teaching, she transcribed the recordings, bound the transcriptions, and gave them to her students to use as a study guide. They began to share them with others, and she found herself constantly making more copies to meet the increasing demand. One day, an editor for a large book publishing company called her. A friend had given the editor her manuscript, and the editor wanted to publish it. It turned out the topic was very hot at that time, and her book sold quite well. She realized in looking back at her earlier attempts to write that she needed to grow and learn a lot before her book could be written. She also saw that the timing had not been right. If she had somehow managed to have her earlier book published, it wouldn't have been as successful. If you're working on a project, remember that your higher guidance is always helping you get it done at the right time. If no matter what you do, you keep resisting or struggling with it, it is either the wrong project or the wrong time. You may need to do something else first and then come back to it. Put your energies elsewhere and follow your joy. You may have been thinking for months about making a change but not know what to do, or feel that you don't have the option of leaving your current situation. Or you may know what you'd like to do but feel it will cost too much money or require you to do something beyond your skills and resources. First of all, know one thing. You have what it takes. Be loving to yourself. If you haven't taken action yet, remember there is a period of inner work before changes take place. You may be changing your thoughts, reevaluating your life, observing things from a new perspective, and gathering the energy needed to make a change. The greater the outer changes you want to make, the greater the inner changes that must be made first. So say this with me. I accept and love myself for who I am right now. It's that simple. Let's repeat that. I accept and love myself for who I am right now. It's a simple idea. You accept and love yourself for who you are right now, not in the future or in the past, right now. You must learn to love and accept yourself for who you are right now. Love all the things you have already created. You do not need to be perfect before you do your life's work, before you move towards achieving your dreams and doing what you want. Accomplishing your life's work will help you grow and evolve. As you love and accept who you are right now, you make it possible to move in new directions. You've been doing the best you know how. Start appreciating yourself for who you are rather than thinking about who you wish you were. This will help you move forward more easily. Is there anything you have been criticizing yourself for lately? If so, for one day, every time you think of this thing, see if you can thank yourself for all the good things you are doing instead. Many of you have an inner sense that you have much to accomplish in this lifetime, as if you have a mission. You may worry if you haven't yet found out what it is. Trust that everything that you are doing is laying the foundation for your greater work to unfold. Some people's life work is accomplished at an early age. Some people's life work requires years of gaining knowledge and experience before it can be accomplished, and they do their most important work in their later years. If you have that inner sense that you came to do important work and you haven't yet discovered the form of that work, keep following your inner guidance and make choices that bring you joy as they are leading you to the greater contribution you came to make. Rather than being hard on yourself for not having accomplished more, spend a moment congratulating yourself on how far you have come and how much you have already accomplished. Give yourself reasons why it may be perfect to be where you are today, rather than criticizing yourself because you haven't done more. Focus on all you are doing and learning that is preparing you to have more. Acquiring the skill of talking positively to yourself will help you develop inner strength and trust to take the actions you will need to take as you follow your path. Take the time to find and do the things you enjoy. Start by picking something small you love to do, such as baking cookies for your children, and do it more frequently. One woman who loved baking cookies now has a large and successful chain of cookie stores. A woman who loved arranging dinner parties eventually started her own business planning dinner parties for busy business executives. A man who enjoyed building things in his workshop started a very successful business making one-of-a-kind furniture pieces. If you want to turn the activities you love into a potential livelihood, you can begin now to connect doing them with making money by charging for your services. When you charge money for doing something you love to do, you link having abundance with using your special gifts. It is a wonderful message to your conscious mind that your time, energy, and skills are valuable. Some of you accept money only for doing jobs you don't like and feel guilty asking for money for your special talents and services. I had a friend that was an amazing singer, and she refused to accept money when she would go and sing at a club. When you do this, you're telling yourself that making money is a function of doing what you don't like, and that it is not possible to make a living doing what you enjoy. Although when you first start, you may not want to charge money while you gain experience. You will need to charge money eventually for these talents and skills if you want to launch a career using them. If you do not charge for them, you will have less time to use your special gifts and thus less time to make the contribution you came here to make. Even if you begin by charging just a little, it is a positive message to yourself that you are now associating the activities of your life's work with abundance. Don't worry in the beginning if your skills don't earn you enough to live on. If you charge less than others doing similar things while you acquire more skills, or if you give more than you receive, you don't have to support yourself from the income you make. And you don't need to make a lot of money at first. Just putting into action your new belief that you can make money for doing what you love is a fair exchange for you. There will come a time when you can bring what you charge into line with what your services are worth, and what you need to support yourself. As you gain experience and learn to honor what you do, you will find others honoring your increased worth as well. Observe where you are spending your time and what you do naturally. One man recently out of college was feeling pressure from his parents to go to work, so he got an office job. He wanted to discover his life's work and knew it wasn't working in an office. He began to examine where he was putting his time and energy and realized that after work he couldn't wait to get to his exercise classes. He decided to become an exercise physiologist, designing exercises both as therapy for people with physical problems and to help people get fit. He enrolled in school and reduced his job to part-time. He's still in school and feels more alive than ever. Even the part-time job has become fun again because he knows it is paying his school tuition. Follow your interests, for what you are enthusiastic or excited about is leading you to your life's work. As Bashar tells us, follow your excitement. One woman always loved beautiful towels, linens, and unusual bathroom and bedroom knickknacks. She shopped all over for unusual articles, even sending for items from overseas. One day it occurred to her that she could open her own shop, for she knew from experience that no existing shop sold as many beautiful and unusual things as she had found. She opened a small, successful retail store and later put together a mail order business for others like herself, who wanted hard-to-find and unusual items. You can turn the activities you love to do into a successful business. There are many people who have done so. So say this with me: I honor and value my creativity and ideas. I want you to really think about what that means when you say, I honor and value my creativity and ideas, because I meet people all the time that do not honor and value their ideas. I honor and value my creativity and ideas. If you have ideas about what you might do with your life, yet feel they are not good enough, find something in your life that you value and begin to value it even more. If you value your ability to help people or to organize things, focus on that skill. Learn to value yourself and your talents. You have what it takes. Treat yourself as if you count, for you do. Start in small ways to value your path. And the things you love to do, you can do simple things such as allowing yourself 10 minutes to sit quietly and think without interruptions. You can choose to spend less time talking to people or doing things you don't enjoy, and use the time to do something special for yourself. You can allow yourself to spend more time on a hobby you love or buy yourself the equipment you need to do it well. As you do these things, you give a message to yourself that your life and work are important. Learn to value your special skills. One man found it easy to work for others, but found it hard to spend time doing things for himself. Although he had many good ideas about what he wanted to do, he was plagued by doubts, thinking that what he loved to do wasn't worth devoting time to. It was easy for him to spend all of his weekends and evenings helping other people, but difficult to put any time into carrying out his dreams. He decided to start valuing his ideas. He started in small ways, asserting himself more and taking more time for himself. He had always loved to teach, and he was very drawn to nature, constantly taking walks and reading books about flowers and trees. He enjoyed identifying plants as he walked and loved being outdoors. He went to the park and recreation department in his city and found they offered guided tours to the national parks nearby. He started by volunteering his time on the weekends and soon found himself spending all his spare time leading both adult and children's groups, teaching them about nature. Soon he was getting paid to lead backpacking trips through wilderness areas and was in much demand as a weekend guide. He began to realize he could accept money for doing what he loved. He started to honor his time as he began to value his knowledge of nature and his love of the outdoors. So did those around him. He found many opportunities to make money and support himself while doing what he loved. He was offered a full-time job creating and running outdoor programs at a children's camp and eventually became its owner. One woman had extensively studied and worked with the use of colors for promoting emotional well-being. She had redecorated her home in harmonious, soothing colors and had built a wardrobe around the colors that brought her emotional well-being. She found her friends constantly asking for advice on the use of colors for their homes and clothes. She began to realize that their questions were taking up a lot of her time. She started in small ways to honor herself and began to see that her time was valuable and her knowledge useful. Although she was timid about it at first, she got the courage to suggest that friends who asked for advice set up appointments with her. For a small hourly fee, she would sit down and work with them, going over what they wanted to accomplish and helping them find ways to do so. At first, her friends were surprised by the change, but they soon realized that she gave them more attention and was therefore more helpful when they paid. Because she began to honor her talent, she was able to eventually make it a full-time career, acquiring more skills, knowledge, and training along the way. Businesses began to ask her advice on office and hotel color schemes, and she became a professional color consultant. So I want you to say this with me. I am a special, unique person. Do you really believe that when I say it? Say it again. I am a special and unique person. Some of you aren't doing your life's work. Some of you are not moving toward your dreams. Out of fear that you or your skills are inadequate, or that in some way other people have something special to offer that you don't. You have been given the talents, desires, skills, and preferences you have because they are in some way a part of your path and needed in the world. Much important work is waiting for you to wake up to your purpose and believe in yourself. Your work is important. Your contribution is special and needed. When your doubts come up, if the voices within you tell you that your skills and talents are not worth investing time and energy in, send love to those thoughts. Don't fight them mentally. Don't try to reason with them or argue them away. Tell yourself, it is all right to have those thoughts. Let them be there and place a confident, positive thought alongside your thoughts of doubt. Because you have what it takes. Spend your leisure time reading books or taking courses that will prepare you for greater success, because you're going to want to be prepared. You may want to spend time with other people who are doing what you would like to do. This is an excellent way to accelerate your success in any field. This might mean enrolling in their classes or seeking them out as teachers, counselors, or advisors. You may want to read about others who have succeeded in doing what you want to do. Surround yourself with inspiration and constantly renew your enthusiasm. For instance, one man wanted to be a real estate developer, though he had a job in another field. He began to go to community meetings attended by developers, as well as to their association meetings. He listened to them, began to make friends, and started acquiring many skills and ideas as a result of just being in their environment. Eventually, at one of the meetings, he heard about a small piece of real estate that was a perfect project for him to begin a career with. When you put yourself around people who are successfully doing what you want to do, you pick up their verbal and telepathic thoughts of success. And as you do, you accelerate the development of your image of yourself as a success. Since your thoughts create your reality, the more you picture yourself successfully doing what you love, the more rapidly it will come about. So say this with me. My days are filled with fun and meaningful activities. This is important. You have some big dream or goal to accomplish, but you're having no fun at it. So I want you to say this again with me. My days are filled with fun and meaningful activities. Many of you hold yourselves back from your life's work thinking that it's going to be hard to do. You think perhaps of how much work it took to do other jobs that weren't your life's work. You cannot compare the two. It takes much more energy to even simple work that you are not suited to than to do vast, complex work that your life's path may involve. Hey, I don't enjoy doing the dishes, and it takes me a long time to do it. But when I'm doing what I love, it is easy for me. I'm sure it's the same for you. As you do your life's work, the universe will be helping you. Doors will open and opportunities will come your way. You will be flowing with the current rather than against it, because you know what? You have what it takes. In some ways, pursuing your life's work is like developing an intimate relationship. Success requires a bonding and a commitment to it, and an ability to surrender to wherever it takes you. Some of you think that once you are committed to your path, your life will no longer be fun. I know at least one person listening has this thought, that you will have to be responsible and serious all the time. You do not have to be serious and stop having fun to do your life's work. In fact, you will discover that when you are not doing your life's work, life is not as much fun. Once you're doing your life's work, your days will be filled with fun and meaningful, joyful activities. I'm called upon to dedicate an episode to this because I believe that many people in the light worker community, they're highly spiritual from a higher frequency, that come together in this reality revolution, have dreams and visions and came here for big purposes, but stop themselves because they do not believe that they have what it takes. So many people are stuck in their situation because they do not believe they have what it takes. And I'm here to tell you that you do. So I want you to say this with me. I have what it takes. Say it again, but really feel the words of it. I have what it takes. And a third time, I have what it takes. I want you to take this thought out into your day. No matter what it is you want to do, I want you to say, I have what it takes. Do not limit yourself. Do not think that you are small. Do not think that you cannot do it. You can, because you have what it takes. And we need you. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com, and welcome to The Reality Revolution.